made it. You made it.
Here we are.
My mom gave me her computer.
Yeah.
Gifted it.
We have secondhand
computers.
What's it called? Like
hand-me-downs.
Hand-me-downs. Thank you.
It's not hand-me, it's hand-me-downs.
Hand-me-down. Yeah.
Hand-me-downs.
Yeah, that's what it is. But everybody says hand-me-downs. It drives me nuts.
Just make it one word.
Hand-me-downs. Hand-me-downs.
Because we're lazy as fuck.
It's like,
that's why.
What is that? Hand-me-downs. And then for the longest time I thought it was that, and someone was like, it's hand-me-downs. And ever since then I took that attitude from that person, and now I do it to other people.
Mm-hmm.
What are you,
Yeah,
stupid?
Yeah.
It's hand-me-downs.
You delivered it to us too.
Right.
You were like,
Excuse me. I was going to tell Nate a story. Well, welcome to the podcast. I'm going to let Nate introduce you.
Yes.
This is his jam. I'm just here.
Well, I kind of feel out of my element. So.
Oh, we're ganging up on you.
Yeah.
Get it.
Funny,
I feel out of mine too. So.
Yeah.
Funny women tend to intimidate me sometimes. So I can usually handle Chelsea. So just don't gang up on me and I'll be fine.
No, you're good. Funny women intimidate me too.
Okay, good.
Not me.
No.
Everybody intimidates me. I'm 4'11".
Well, you said that you came with your A game and you were ready to go.
I called my best friend and she makes me myself. Because, I didn't want to, fangirl on my own podcast.
So.
You were the first person I ever followed on TikTok.
Oh, really?
First person. I turned the app on, and obviously the cactus one came up.
Yeah.
And I
must have hit a good day for that to upload.
I know. I have goosebumps
that was
telling this
something
story.
in the algorithm.
And I was pregnant, right? So I during COVID, and so I was not in the best of moods, not in the best of spirit, and I was so sick and tired of not following people on TikTok because my For You page was always nutso, and I was like, fine, I'll give in to the algorithm of this app wants me, it wants to know me. So I was in a bad mood. I went on. It was the cactus video. It wasn't the first time I ever turned on TikTok, but it was the first time I ever saw you, and I went, oh, she's funny. I'm gonna follow her. And then because that was fucking hilarious, and then. But what draws me to it, because if you notice on mine, I have 700, I follow 700 people. I'm so picky.
Oh, really? Yeah. I just do it because they're almost like Pokemon, how people were obsessed with Pokemon cards. I literally collect people, not collect them, that sounds, but it's always artists or musicians where I'm oh, I'm a new singer. And I was I want that song that you teased 7 times but never put out. I was when you put that song out, I want to know. So I'm always writing little notes. I have a Word document, and every so often I go into my following and update my Word document with people's usernames, their real names, and what they do. So that if TikTok ever crash, I just have my own directory of who's who, what, where, when, why.
Because what's going on up there?
It's just the anxiety because they're we're gonna delete TikTok
right
years ago,
and
I was I'm gonna save every video and screenshot every comment and write everyone down. And I was a little overboard, but
see, I had a feeling it was never gonna happen. I was it's not gonna happen.
That's what everyone was telling me too. They're they just couldn't, and I was
couldn't.
Right, but it's different. That would be if you worked at a major company and they're oh, and we're shutting down. Everyone's getting fired tomorrow. You can't do anything, and you'd be yeah, I'd be worried.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
That's true. Well, Chelsea, then this is kind of full circle for you because now she's the first guest that we're having on the podcast.
And that's how our lives go.
Right.
It's one of those things where are you very spiritual? I'm gonna be right off the bat. Are you a spiritual person?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not really. Yeah, I'm not. It's not something I've super explored in life. I just feel it's never my family. We don't really we don't go to church. Not really religion or spiritually. We're just kind of in the middle of the row where it's I've never been a big thing that we base anything off of decisions or anything. So
I grew up that way in one home. My dad's
same.
Yeah, my dad's that way, and that's how we were raised.
Yeah.
No, as an adult though, I'm totally spiritual, and so when there's coincidences, I'm convinced that it was for a reason.
So Chelsea and I met. We are both in sobriety, and I do another podcast that we met she came and told her story on that podcast, and it just kind of like started clicking. And I think you say coincidence, Chelsea, but I think it's more than coincidence.
Fate.
It can't be coincidence. Yeah, it's fate. So we like started on this journey together.
Yeah, I have no idea who the fuck
everything's
that is. I have no
right.
idea who he is. I have
Yeah,
no idea.
I'm planning a
Business
a
partner.
trip to Nantucket. Business partner, new friend,
Oh my
co-host,
goodness. Everything.
So,
Oh my
yeah,
You
just
bought your
like
plane
You're
tickets.
checking off all the boxes.
right, right.
That'll be a
so
fun
there
trip.
usually there
Yeah.
usually is a spiritual aspect to what we talk about, but obviously we're here for the comedy. We're here for the laughs. We're talking to Christine Snaps, so we're here for the laughs.
If you ever hear me though talk about, can you even imagine? Like, that's
Yeah.
why I'm coming from a spiritual place. I'm not. I'm
Oh,
just giving
that's
like
totally
a
fine.
prerequisite. But I'm just gonna say one more thing about that because I said this before because I have to say this to Nate, and now you're
Yeah.
a witness. So and then we'll move on to comedy. But we interviewed we're going to be doing a Father's Day podcast episode. We interviewed my papa, who's my grandfather, about
Okay.
we're going to do like lineage, so ancestry.com, like basically telling you what I found on Ancestry, but only if it was riveting and like interesting. My great grandfather ran a still. So anyway, we listened to the entire podcast. I listened to the entire interview, whatever, and then I don't know if you said it to me. Oh no, it was the next episode. I listened to that today of ours. Excuse me.
Yeah,
And he said, "Oh, we just got off the phone with her papa,"
yeah.
and he goes, "Precious." And since the day I was born and I came out of the womb, that's
Yeah.
what my papa calls me.
No
And
way.
he didn't call me it that
Aw.
day because he knew it's embarrassing to me. But out of all the
Wow.
fucking words that Nate could have picked
to
to
describe our
describe
conversation.
the conversation that we
Mhm.
had, this hour-long
Yeah.
conversation, he picks that word.
Wow.
And that's like that's a very like precious. It's like
Yeah.
it's a very specific feeling, specific word. And
Yeah.
I keep forgetting to tell you, and I think that's because I was supposed to share
Wow.
it tonight. Like, 'cause I just remembered.
Aw.
But isn't that
I
really
like that.
weird? That's the
That
shit
is a very unique
that we're
word to come
Yes.
back with.
Yeah, right.
precious.
But to us, it's like, what other word could I have chosen? Like, this shit just keeps continually happening
Right.
to us.
That's what
so,
we're talking about. His cubicle had a
Yeah.
Nantucket sweatshirt on the other day. His cubicle
Come on.
mate.
yeah, my cubicle
really?
mate
How many cubicles?
wore a
mate?
Nantucket sweatshirt
Ugh.
in Columbus, Ohio, to the office to the man that I stare at all day long.
So for
It-
you to be the first person I ever followed on TikTok, and then to be
Yeah.
the first person to ever be on our podcast, is kind of the theme of Nate and I's like whole situation. So you're part
There
of it
you
now.
go.
you're part of it.
Congratulations.
I'm in it. I'm honored.
Yeah.
How much money does Christine Snap spend on Post-its?
I don't anymore. I get so many in the
Oh,
in
thank
my
God.
mailbox.
I was
I
really
know.
worried for you. Genuinely
This
worried.
computer, because I tried to raise it up a little bit, is sitting on a like an extension box that I put together of like backup Post-it notes. Someone sent me black ones the other day, so now I have to buy like
Like
a
that.
silver Sharpie. Like they're giving me more stuff to do, but I'll probably never buy Post-its again.
That's amazing.
I was so worried, genuinely worried, and I don't know why I thought for a second that you weren't getting them gifted to you, because why wouldn't you?
Right.
Post-it
Right.
queen.
I'm not particular on like I like a standard size Post-it. Otherwise, I get I don't know. I'm kind of like weird about the mini ones, but I try and rotate colors every so often because I put them like on my office wall, so I try and like visually keep it interesting so I don't get
Yeah.
bored. But that's
feel
just me
like
being
I feel like the mini ones don't have the same adhesive, like
and they just
strength.
I'm like. And you can feel like I have horrible handwriting, so I write
Me too.
big just to
Right.
see it. So just so 9 months later, I'm like, oh yeah, that does say the word like fun on it. What Funyun, fun. So
Yeah.
I'm like, I just need a big Post-it, and I'll cut away if there's like too much extra, I'll just cut it away. I'm like
Yeah.
very. I think people
I
are like,
do
oh,
the
she just likes
same
Post-its,
shit. No,
and I'm
I
like,
do the
no, I'm
same
very
shit.
particular.
Yes, yes.
I
I like the mini
basically
one.
Yeah.
If my to-do list is short, I will cut
Right.
around it, but I don't like the small Post-its. This is
Right. I
we're-
started highlighting my to-do list instead of just crossing things out or putting like an
Yeah.
X. I started highlighting it. So visually I was like, "Oh, it's so orange. I must have gotten so much done today." Like I'm trying to trick my brain into thinking that I'm being so productive.
Guys,
I love it.
you guys, I don't even know how I can contribute to
You're-
any of this. My therapist and
your mouth is on the
psychiatrist
floor.
are begging me to get a fucking notepad. just write it on your fucking arm with a crayon, for fuck's sake. Make your goddamn list so you'd stop getting so lost.
I love
And here
a
you guys are cutting the Post-its because you're fucking Christ.
Well, that's
can't
just
have
for the
that-
wall. That's
Yeah.
just a visual. But like I have like a to-do list, a monthly to-do list, a life to-do list. But I'm on the opposite end.
Did you have
like
a coach for this, like a life coach?
No, I have a such bad memory that I can't remember anything. Like
Same.
like nothing.
Same.
So it's not written down. It's like the world's gonna end because I forgot about it. And but oh my gosh, wait.
You remembered a
Said it.
dream?
Oh, I was no, I was recording a video. I forgot to write it down. I was recording a video before this, and I did something, and I was like, that would be a good idea, and I forgot to write it down. See, now it's gone. It won't come back.
Oh, so
Damn
it's to that
it.
degree where it's like legit
yeah.
gone. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know why my brain's like that. I'm trying to embrace it as a like, oh, there's just so much creativity going on that a lot of it is just flowing through. So I need to be a list person, but at the same time, I'm like really worried that I just can't remember anything.
No, it's
When
totally
it comes
normal
to like
behavior.
life.
I'm like
Yeah.
that.
I like the idea of highlighting though. That is more a sense of like you accomplished this task, not like crossing it out, you know?
Yeah. So then becomes a highlight. It's not a crossed out like thing. Yeah, I never thought about it that way. That's actually
like
really
it.
Philosophy.
Hey, there you go.
On
Exactly
Post-it
right.
note etiquette of tasks. Wow,
the
guys.
title.
Wow.
Hey, you brought it up.
I just wanted to know. I did, and I just wanted to make sure, because people think about the Polar, but I don't get a dime. Polar's expensive.
Shockingly, right.
Polar's expensive, so you never know what people are doing behind the scenes. Creators, if they're really
Yeah.
spending all that money. I see some things. I'm like, how much money did that video cost?
Oh yeah.
Like when they throwing out, like, think about when they waste like a gallon of milk or something like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how many takes was that? How many gallons of milk was that?
Oh yeah.
Weird stuff like
I'm
that.
trying to think like the most I've ever bought for a video.
Spent,
Like
yeah.
like not spent, but like quantity wise, where I was like, I'm gonna need a lot of takes of this.
What about like when you go and get like 5 boxes of Pop-Tarts?
Mm-hmm.
That's just
You know what?
that's your budget?
I felt so. I was like, in my mind, I was like, I would never buy this many boxes of Pop-Tarts, and I knew I wasn't gonna like any of them to eat
Yeah.
all of them, and I was like, I already feel like bad about this, like just my wallet
Wasting.
feels bad, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But then I was like, well, the money that I make on YouTube through AdSense is not incredible, but it will cover the cost of the boxes. So I was like, well, you got to spend a little to make a little.
Yeah.
But then I was like, I know, but so then I was like, my coworkers, I was like, do you guys think you'll like Eggo Pop-Tarts? I'll bring them to work if anybody wants. They're like, no. And I was like, okay, I'll do this. But so many people, I did like a Pop-Tart taste test video. So many people were like, you don't toast them. That was more important than the flavor. I bet like comments on comments are like, you don't toast
I
the
put
Pop-Tarts.
butter
They
on it,
taste
too.
totally different. I mean, you can eat them 1,000 ways, but I was like, I'm
Right.
talking about the plain flavor out
You
the
just
package.
wanted
You're in the
to do
middle
a
of woods.
taste
You gotta eat a
test.
Pop-Tart.
I hate
Right.
the comment section so much.
Right.
I hate when it's like, I could have addressed that, but I wasn't thinking like an audience member. I wasn't being like, okay, what would they be thinking?
Because you're
I
not
wasn't- I
writing a
wasn't doing
novel
that.
with like rules and
Yeah.
this is comedy.
Right,
This is about
right.
timing, and your brain does that for you. You can't sit there and try to. We're not writing a sitcom where you have rules like a thumb on you with like community guide. Well, there are community guidelines.
Right.
There are.
But I'm just saying, when you're
Right.
being creative like that, you're not thinking of like every single tiny little
Right.
detail. At least
Right.
I'm
But
not.
sure.
I should speak
I'm
for
sure
myself.
you're this. Yeah, I'm sure you're the same though. My number one. It's not a pet peeve, but I hate to like upload a video and in the comments they're always pointing out something that either doesn't matter towards the video. They'll be like, "Oh, that picture in the back is crooked," and I'm like, one, maybe it's supposed to be. I like picture
Yeah.
frames crooked. I don't like them straight on the wall. I like them a little crooked. Just another thing. But I was like, I hate when an audience gets attached to things that either don't matter or I didn't see or I couldn't fix, and it's just like. I want to focus on the words and the comedy and the
Yeah.
characters, and it's always just like, oh, well, that's what's with your shirt today, and I'm like, okay, that's
Yeah.
it's like you're not getting it.
Do you
It
feel
just
like
speaks
Go
to
ahead.
the negativity and it speaks to people truly get on the app to
100%.
nitpick or to
Right.
bring people down and not enjoy the
Which I don't
content that you're
get.
bringing.
So
Like,
bizarre
come
to
on.
me.
I don't
Yeah.
get. I don't think. I mean, I'm sure you could find one out there, but I truly believe like I don't think I've ever left a mean comment on anything because
Never.
to
I
me,
haven't
I'm like,
either.
if I have something mean to say, I'll say it to my friend next to me, but I'm not going to type it
Yeah.
on your post. Even if you're a
Never.
total stranger, I'll just close the app and mind my own business. And it's like, it's like to what degree? If I'm like, I would never just like bully someone or like nitpick stuff about them. I'll just keep it to myself.
Right.
And also, it's like if we have differing opinions on things, it's also like, well, that's your page to post it, I guess. It's where
Yeah.
is the line between like people just think that they can comment whatever they want as well, and I'll go in and delete comments sometimes
I
because
do
I'm
it
like,
all the
I don't
time.
want you starting a narrative on my page that has nothing to do with me, or it's like you're drawing attention or negativity. Like sometimes someone will comment and then someone will comment under them. Like that was a
Yes.
stupid comment. Like obviously she saw that, and I delete that. And I'm like, get out of here! Don't make people feel bad. Like
Right.
it's
Right,
a
when
very
people are
weird
mean to
world.
each other, I hate it.
Weird world.
It's so
Yeah,
bizarre.
It's like why there was no need. There was no need for that comment. It's
I
not doing
deleted a
anything.
comment, but don't put this in, Nate, because it's too sensitive of a topic.
Yeah.
So, bleep, take this out, take this out.
Cut.
Okay.
Marker.
I'm just marker. But I deleted a comment today that said that deleted a lot of barefoot comments about the person that wasn't allowed in the restaurant because of the dress code policy.
Freaks.
Have you seen that one yet?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, so
Okay.
I let the people speak their mind because there's a barefoot community, of course, and totally great, awesome. I don't care. That wasn't the issue. The issue was somebody goes, this is denying somebody service because they have bare feet is the same as denying somebody shoes as a slave owner. And I went, delete.
It's,
like
it's
just like,
it's
but don't put that in,
actually
but-
zero the same.
but that's like the shit all the time I delete. Like I will delete
Yes.
anything debatable. Delete. It's
It's
not
like
allowed.
it's just such a far grasp.
What was
Right.
that?
It's like and by
Right.
you just deleting it doesn't mean you're like that's false, or it's just like that's so
I
you're
know.
reaching so far
I
beyond
know.
what it is. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't.
Will
I don't like
you
those
will
comments
you
either.
reveal if you have ever been like if you ever been in trouble with TikTok?
Have I with the app itself?
No,
Yeah.
like with community guidelines.
Oh yeah, a couple
warnings.
times. I think I've gotten 2 videos removed, maybe a copyright here or two, but I get around that because it's just, I mean, music is popular and I want to use it, and I'm not hurting anybody by, using someone's music necessarily. Yeah, right after the cactus video, I did another video where I set off a sparkler in my bathroom. Immediately took it down for like promoting fireworks. I was like, okay, I got you there. And then I got really, because I was right after like the original video blew up, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get my account deleted. And I was
Right.
like, no, people break the rules all the time. Another one was my baby nephew has a wagon.
Oh,
and
I
we were
remember
at
this
my,
one down the hill.
My parents' cabin. It went viral on Instagram. It did amazing. Put it on TikTok, and they said it was like dangerous
Yeah. Of
activities, like
course.
promoting dangerous. I was like, yeah, you're not wrong, but it was a
Just
it
put a
was a good
warning
video,
on
'cause
it.
obviously,
Just put a warning.
right.
Because then you're
And
like
then-
because I brought it up because my account right now is not doing well.
Really? Are you breaking? Do you break a lot of?
So-
do you get them like removed?
I have look at what it looks like.
Oh, it's still on there.
They won't take
warning?
it away. It hurts my feelings.
Wait, the red part?
yeah,
What does it say? I can't read it. Account.
warning.
Mm.
And then you go in and it says your account is at high risk of being restricted based upon your violation history. I have 2, just 2. And one of them was a Deb video from 2021. Although they did change it on here. They changed
My
it.
dog opened
Is that
my
your
door.
dog?
Sorry.
I was
yeah, I
like,
thought. I
is that a
literally was
ghost?
Like, I was like, my parents know I'm recording. Hold on one second. Riley, this
Say
is not
hi,
the time.
Riley.
I mean,
Hi, Riley.
bye. I know they're eating dinner over there. You should go. Yeah, he's just looking. He thought I had food in here.
Okay.
Smart kid. Okay,
He's
go
so
on.
smart. But you know what's interesting? So the video's from 2021. It says I posted it in 2022, which I did not.
That's,
Is this recently?
Yeah, just now.
Okay.
It said 2021 yesterday. Now it says 2022.
There's a glitch on. There's two things. There's a glitch on TikTok right now because when I went out to Ohio and did that big collab with Farmer Lacey, she had tagged me in a bunch of videos. I got all these notifications today saying that she tagged me in a video 7 hours ago, and it was from the videos posted months ago. So it's like there's like a lag or something going on, but that just seems like a weird mix of the notifications. But the fact that you have like a thing on your account, she's had that a bunch too. I don't know if she's ever had the red warning thing.
Yeah.
But a lot of those are empty threats. They're just trying to like shake you up. But that's happened to two people I know. They get like these major like you're in warning of getting the account deleted.
Yeah.
I don't know how to fix it. I don't know about the red warning under the name. But
Here's the same notification, and
definitely
it says
heard
the
it.
actual date of the day it was posted.
Okay.
21.
Almost a year ago.
And then they changed it to say that I posted it this summer. That hasn't happened yet. August 2022 has not happened yet. So, like, should I fight that? Because maybe it was a glitch that I even got the warning. The second one, it's my fault. I meant to post something on Instagram, and I posted it on the story on TikTok because of my ADHD. And, like, I was, like, really overstimulated in the moment.
Yes.
And, like, when I'm overstimulated, I do things without thinking at all. Like, I cannot.
Can you, the one video that's from a while ago, can people watch it?
No.
Or it's like they removed it? I mean, if you, it doesn't, I don't think the views aren't helping towards anything. So if you delete it, maybe it's like deleting a strike.
I did. I
There's
deleted
no
it.
guidelines. We're in, oh, you did? We're in the wild, wild west out here.
There's-
As far as TikTok
that's
goes.
the thing.
That's what I wanted to
like,
talk
so
about today.
behind.
Yeah.
They're so bad with regulating, and it's just so evident. Especially if you like now that I post on YouTube regularly.
Yeah.
They are so on top. And I follow YouTube on Twitter. Like if I ever have a problem with my YouTube channel, a lot of people tweet at them, and they'll be like, "Okay, we're giving you a customer service rep, whatever." They're so personable.
Wow.
And obviously they have the resources, but it's like they've learned so much over the years of doing like, YouTube with creators. TikTok is just so behind, or they don't care because there's just so many users on there.
Yeah.
Is my theory that they don't have to care. They're just on to the next account, delete yours. This person's
There's
hitting a
there's
million
enough
followers.
people. They don't care about us.
Yeah.
I don't think
Has
they
anyone
do.
I've talked to people that have tried to reach out or ask for like a representative or just to speak to someone, and have yet to hear of anyone who's actually spoken to anyone at TikTok. Are there people? Do they exist?
I think they exist, and I hear inklings of them, but
Yeah.
it's very like protected information because then it's if everyone knows about them, then it's this and that, and
Yeah.
like when someone was like stealing all my content
God.
and they were racking up followers on my on my
What was the
behalf,
name again?
Like even
Sharange?
it was like
Claude?
Claudia or something. Yeah, something.
Claude?
I don't know. Yeah. Yeah,
Oh.
S
I don't know
Claus.
what it was.
I know. I tried
But
to
it,
find them. I tried to find them for real.
Well, the account just disappeared,
Mm-hmm.
but I like kind of did like a back road copyright thing that Farmer
Bitch.
Lacey had done. Like it's just learning from other people and being like, what did
Yeah,
you do?
I
I'm
ask
gonna
people
try
all the
it.
time.
But the account had 40,000, and then someone was like, well, they're not stealing your content if they're reposting, maybe because you could repost content and that's fine. And I was like, yeah, but they're not saying they're not me, which is also the problem because they're just posting stuff with random
Got it.
captions, random hashtags.
Yeah.
So, it was so bizarre.
But they were racking up followers.
That happened to me
Damn.
too.
Like,
Somebody
Like every
had
time I would go on, it was
23,000.
another 5,000.
23,000
And-
somebody
Only
asked me
posted.
and was asking my followers for money.
Oh, I get that all the time on Instagram. They're like, "Is this you?" And I'm like, "No. When would I ever DM you about?"
Money.
Cash App.
Yeah.
No.
Come on.
And then when I tried to make a video about it, I violated a guideline. So I've had like 4 videos
mine too.
guidelines.
They said I bullied the person who was stealing my
Same.
content. And I was
I
like,
got the
"Oh, okay.
same one."
And this is why TikTok is a problem sometimes. Because like, no, I'm not. I'm trying to make it aware.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
No, we won't put any of the negative TikTok stuff in here. We don't want anybody to take our fame away. My tiny little. I don't even think that my little.
They're listening.
My
They are
little
listening.
tiny flame of fame can even stand next to yours. But
Oh my goodness.
you know, I'm down over
No.
here in the corner, minding my own business. Sometimes I feel
You know how many?
like I don't get any recognition for the content I'm creating.
You
You
don't get
don't.
what you should for the.
No.
I see
For the
somebody
talent
fart
and
into a
the-
jar and it's 3 million
Right.
views, and I'm like,
I think
farting in a jar?
Come on.
Farting in a
Every
jar.
every single time I see one of your videos, I'm first like, this is my reaction. First, I'm like, that was funny. too. I'm like plays right, like always is like plays right so well into the restaurant thing. Like it's
Yeah.
always on theme. Like I'm always like, oh, she just like so seamlessly brings another video in from another angle. Where I'm like, how, okay, I wouldn't have thought of that.
So
And
many-
then
yeah.
three, I'm like, where are the followers?
Right.
Yeah.
Where are the? Because I'm like you, and like I'm not trying to like blow smoke up your ass.
No.
Like you are one of the best comedy skit writer. Like when you bring a new character in, and I'm like, that's exactly what they'd say, and that's how
Yes.
they would act, and
Yes.
that's how they would fall off the chair, and
And
that's
they
how they
walk.
would.
Celeste's walk is like is like legit on point.
It's just so good, and it bugs me because
I
I'm
love
like, what?
Celeste.
I'm like, what? Why is like, what do we have to do on here
right.
to like get recognition where it's to be deserved and to recognize talent like that? Like, you're the type of person that should get picked
Right.
up,
Yeah.
and like have this amazing career because it's like, look at all this like raw talent that she's like displaying again and again and again. It annoys the crap out of me because I'm like, you're just such a good writer, and
Yeah.
I
That's
see
my
it, and
favorite
I think
part.
other,
I don't even want to be in front of the camera.
right.
Yeah, right.
I want to be in
Right,
the
and I
writer.
just
Everybody
think-
thinks you want to be an actress. I'm like, who the hell who fucking
Right.
said that? I didn't.
Right. I think normal people are just watching like, oh, like that's good, and they move on. But as someone who like also makes content, I'm like,
Right.
it's
That's
just
what
such
it
good
is.
writing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's such good writing, and it's hard to put out a
Well,
video
I
like that
really
every day,
appreciate all the
'cause people-
comments. We don't have to.
Yeah.
I was just saying that because it's
No,
like
I love
it doesn't. I don't understand that part of the TikTok. That's the part I don't understand. The algorithm that is like the fart video gets all this.
Right. Because they push it. I mean, they know what they're
It's
pushing.
so weird.
You know.
That's all.
Right.
That's all I had to say.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, like-
because they could definitely stop it too. They could just be like, and that video is dying. Like, you know, they can do whatever they want.
by 1
if a video
million
is doing
videos
really well
stopped.
and they didn't like it, right.
It stopped.
Yeah.
It would have had more. It was going. It was going like 100,000 every 10
Right.
minutes
And it's like right at 1.1.
It just
It like stopped hard.
Really?
on the shelf.
Yeah.
How quickly after you post do you know if the video is gonna do well?
5 minutes, maybe less.
Me too. I'll know within the first 20 if it's gonna hit my more than usual.
Right,
'Cause
but
it'll
you
just-
know
it'll be
within
like it's
5 minutes
racking.
where if it's worth your time of checking back. Like honestly, be honest.
True.
You know,
True.
You know.
Yeah.
We are both
That's-
very
like-
smart.
That's amazing to me. Yeah.
Comedy
that's
people.
like. Mm-hmm.
We got high IQs. Have you ever tested your IQ? I bet you.
I don't know
it's
if I
high.
want to know. I don't even. What is the test? Like, what are the questions?
Good point. I've never
they-
taken
are
it.
they-
MCAS
questions?
shit. You know, it's they're not math. It's like all like visual, like geometry. It's hard to explain. But because I know,
I probably wouldn't make it through the
listen,
test.
Right.
listen.
Me neither.
Because of the way you described your Post-it wall, you would pass. You would pass with flying colors. The test.
It's like look at this and figure
What's
it
wrong?
out.
It's gonna
not
go. You're gonna
something
go.
that,
That's
like-
wrong. That's not supposed to be there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And how it's
Like
how fast it's how
identifying.
fast you can get there, how quickly you're able to solve it, and move on. And that's exactly what you do, especially with comedy. That's why I'm telling you, comedy writers. It's all about timing.
It's usually smart.
So
Can you do them?
smart.
Can you take them for free? Maybe
The
I'll
one
do
I paid for mine, but you can take them for free. Yes,
Okay, that'd be a good YouTube idea.
it is a really
Oh,
good
yeah.
YouTube idea.
Oh.
Watch me.
And then
Watch
if you-
me find out my
And if
IQ.
it's like 6, you could just tank the whole video, and Nate and I will be the only ones knowing.
That's genius,
Yeah.
actually. Does
Yeah.
everything? So is everything that like happens in your life like a content idea?
Stop.
Is it hard not to like consider a video for everything that happens in your life?
I don't know. Like, I don't know if the. That's such a good question. I think eventually they'll become videos. I have notebooks and notebooks full of stuff, and I'm
Yeah.
just always like ripping out old ideas and doing that. But no, they always come to me at the most random moments, and usually like not about what I'm doing. Like I'll be driving, and it'll be a video about like, oh, like you know those cups from like the 4th grade were really funny. Like, imagine remember we had like those cups, like something like that, and I'll just write and write and write and write and write and. But I do have like a philosophy of like, most things can be turned around into something funny.
Yeah.
And I always just tell people like I try and find something that makes me laugh like every day. One thing to make me laugh every day. So that's like I never try and end the day without having laughed. Because I was like, if laughing was a hobby, that's my number one hobby.
Yes.
Truly.
Love
But
it.
like,
Love
but then it's like,
that.
can you list that as a hobby? And it's like, it's not like I'm doing anything, but I'm finding laughter. So that technically is a hobby, I guess.
Yeah.
You literally make people laugh for a living.
Yeah.
That
Right. But then,
energy is
But you know the same thing, like it's it's such an isolating job, one, because it's like, no, I'm in my room all day.
Yeah.
I'm not like making people laugh in front of me. So it's like, oh, it's very isolating. It's like, not like, am I funny? But it's just like, yeah, okay, today was like a weird day. And it's like, oh, like those, the video could hit like 2-3 million. And all the comments could be like, this is so funny. And I'm like, yeah, but I've been in my room by myself all day. And like, I filmed that and I edited it and then I sat back down and did more work.
Right.
So like, it's such a weird.
Can I ask this question? Because I know
No.
exactly what you're talking about, but do you feel, because this is what my experiences with that ebbs and flows for me. So sometimes seeing all those comments that are like, this is so funny, and if I'm in that right spot or space of my or state of mind, they make me feel really good. They make me feel like I am funny. They make me feel like I am worthy. They make me feel like this is why I do this. I pick a comment and I pin it. Sometimes, like yesterday, I was in one of those moods where I was home all day. Whatever else I was doing sucked ass. And then I had to film in the basement, and there was just shit going on, and I wanted to do this stupid hotline video. And I wasn't in the mood, and like it's a really vibrant like character, and I'm like trying to do Lynn, and I'm in this shit mood, and then when it gets posted, I don't even fucking pin a comment forever. Like if I don't pin a comment,
Right.
I'm depressed. Like you can text me and be like,
It's a good sign.
be like,
Are you okay?
all right?
Her
It's
poker
okay.
face. Yeah.
I know what
I
you're
didn't see a
feeling.
pin comment on the last 3.
But that's what.
no,
So some
and,
days
like-
some days the comments are enough for me, and some days I'm like, I'm with my kid who just threw up, and I literally cleaned shit off my
Right.
foot today. His shit. His shit.
Off my foot.
A log on my
I need that visual.
I
the
know. I
log.
know.
A 2-year-old's human log of shit came out, and I stepped in it.
Um,
And then people are like, "You're so funny," and I'm like, "Fuck you and your whole asshole.
right. It feels like, disjointed.
You don't know what I'm going through to be funny."
Right.
Right.
I don't know. And maybe I should backtrack a second. Like, it's not like the comments. It's not like describing what I just said. Like, I feel neutral towards all of it. It's not. I don't feel bad that I like made the video. And I'm in my room by myself. I love my alone. I'm very selfish with my alone time. I love being left alone. It's like, I
That
cherish
makes
that
3
so
of us.
much.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, I don't even know if I could date somebody or marry somebody or have children, because I am so selfish with my time. I can't imagine spending a weekend with someone, because I'm like, you're taking my time from me, and I
Yes.
have plans
Yeah.
for my time. I always have. I haven't been bored since I was 10. I've never been bored in my life since
Never
I
been
was
bored
10.
ever.
There's so much to
Never
do.
been bored in
There's
my
always
life.
something to do,
Ever.
to see, to make.
If I was bored, it's because I was in a fucking airplane, and the people around me
You're
were all sleeping, so there was nothing to look at.
Right. Well, even if I'm like at the DMV, I'm like, all right, now I'm like thinking like, okay, like what's fun, what's funny,
Exactly.
or what's the next
I'm
bit,
always
or what do I have
looking
to do
for
when
the
I get home.
bit. Always looking
Yeah.
for the bit.
Yeah, but I think
God, it's so
The
exhausting, though.
it is.
so
The comments that
exhausting.
get me the most are always the off-kilter ones. Like the comment, it's not like the "you're funny" is great, but like I think I am funny because that's why I make I would have made the content anyways. But though I post the content because I think it's funny. That was the purpose of posting. But it's always the ones where it's like I even made a video about it, like explaining myself. I was like, the people are like, I just love the way you wrote that. When someone says something like that, I'm like, you
Oh,
see me. You're
yeah.
seeing behind the like, you're like scraping the icing off the cupcake and you're getting to the bread. They're like, I love the way you wrote that, or I love. So when people go, oh my gosh, your camera angles are getting better. When I do more of an artsy fartsy one, and
Love
I'm like,
that.
thank. It's always those.
The
It's like a
craft.
little more like
It's a craft.
they see us a little more. They're
Yeah.
like, okay, thank you. I did shoot this 10 different angles, and that's the one that I picked. So
Yeah.
like,
Yes.
I did. That did take me another 10 minutes of
Yeah.
moving and editing. So
I really also, I will agree, love those comments. When I started
Right.
doing the Office series, the documentary style,
Yes.
I
Yeah.
know, like people were like, "Oh, we love
Love.
this style." I was like, "It's my baby." I've been like thinking about doing
Right.
this since I started TikTok.
Yeah.
I've been
Yeah.
wanting, but I had to wait. I knew
love
that I had to
that.
do it at a certain point of people are almost sick of it, and then I'm gonna bring it in.
Smart.
right.
just like the
I
mundane.
don't get sick. I don't
videos.
get sick of it though.
No, because you're a fan. You like it. But I mean,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
So
but
let's
also
put it
like
this
you're
way.
always changing it up.
I know, but some people are so picky. I don't know if it's because I'm in New England and it's
Oh,
like everybody
maybe.
here is kind of an asshole. Like I live in a state where we're called massholes. Massachusetts,
Right,
we're
right.
massholes. So nobody wants to fucking follow me. Like one time I saw a comment that literally said, "Fine, I'll follow you." I'm like, what the fuck?
Like you gotta like beg
No,
and plead
actually,
and
no,
Fine.
thank you.
It was after The Office
Yeah.
came out. That like my documentary sound. I was like, fine, I guess I'll follow you. But I see comments like that where like, ugh, you've been on my For You page long
you
enough.
pin it.
Ding.
You pin
Yeah.
it. You're like warms.
Yeah.
My
Warms-
heart.
Warms
You're
my
like,
heart.
I'm
thank
not
you.
catty on
Thank
the
you so
internet.
much.
They think I'm really sweet. But then they go on my live and they're like, where's your fucking accent? I'm like, I don't fucking talk like by the water. You think I talk like I'm going to be down by the water, sweetheart? Okay, sweetie. You think I
Yeah.
had a stroke? Oh, no offense, Nate. Nate had a stroke. Oh, he's okay. Look at him. He's good.
Look
Look
at
at
him.
him.
Bounce.
Look at
Bounce
him.
right
He's all
back.
flushed and tan. Look at him. He's ready to go.
I know.
Stroke
No.
McStrokey over there.
What's like?
I gave her
What's
permission
like-
to call me that. Don't worry.
Oh, I asked him.
What's like the best comment? Not a compliment anyone's ever given you. Do you guys have like any? Not even like job wise. Just like has anyone ever given you a compliment that you're like remembered?
Ooh.
Because I don't really like compliments, but someone
I don't
like,
either.
caught me off guard. So
Hate it.
I'll never
Target
accept
story?
them. I always deflect.
Is this the Target story? Because I'm going to get popcorn.
Me?
Yeah. Is this the story about Target?
story. What about Target?
You posted a video. Were you shopping?
Oh, yeah.
Yes. See?
Oh,
Yeah.
that was like the first time I got recognized. That was in Walmart. No. Like it was like before TikTok or whatever.
Oh.
I hate compliments. I always deflect. But someone like caught me off guard. They just said it like matter of fact to me without
Yeah.
complimenting me, and then walked off. Someone, it was a friend. It was a classmate of one of my roommates, and he walked up to me and he goes, he's like, I feel like your laughter cures sadness. And it wasn't even, or like something so like cheesy, but it was like, it wasn't about your funny. It was like your laughter or no. It was like your laughter can cure. I have a sticky note there. It's either your laughter can cure sadness, or he was like, I'm mad how funny that was. But it was about something that was like more. It wasn't about TikTok
I
or
love
anything.
it.
But I
Yeah.
was like, oh okay. He was like mad that it had been funny. And I was like, okay,
Yeah.
good. So I'm like winning you over. Yeah,
Got
I didn't
you.
want to, but
Right.
yeah. Do you guys have the like
Somebody-
or about anything?
Yeah. So not like work related. I've had 2 people tell me that I was a good friend, and that
That's
like
always a good one.
yeah, that just like hit different as not even
Yeah.
like a compliment, but just
Yeah. Did they mean
to-
it like you were a good friend to them, or they had observed you being a good
one of
friend?
each, one of each.
Oh,
Oh
shit.
my! Oh
Yeah.
You're like yeah.
All hail
Everybody need
Nathan.
a friend. Yeah.
Yes,
That's such a good one.
I know.
Can't
I don't
top
know
any of those
if
guys.
it'll be
I
a
don't have
retop.
nothing to say. What's wrong with
But that
me?
means it's still coming.
No,
Yeah,
That
it's
means
no,
still
I,
coming.
I have.
Good
I
point.
no, that's not true. That's not true.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
therapist.
You got your whole life to get
Well, no, I
complimented.
mean, like, I think I have one I can talk about. Is what I mean.
Oh, okay.
My
Yeah.
therapist. She's super spiritual, but she gave me a really great compliment. She said, I can't remember the direct quote like you, Christine, but it was basically around the lines of like,
Sticking up.
I don't have any fucking sticky notes.
Sticky
You know, I live on,
notes.
you know where I live, the capital of inflation. I went to go get, I'm
Right.
not kidding. I went to the store. I'm going to sidestep. I went to the office
Sidestep.
products store, which is called Nantucket
Yeah.
Office
Mm.
Products. Let's not,
Of course,
let's
naturally.
not say that
Naturally.
actually. Can you take out the name?
Taking
Take it out the name, Nate. Nate, take out the name. I went to an office product store somewhere in my town. And I needed to get some pictures done for work, so I print the pictures, and I'm thinking I need to get the dinner bell because I told Christine I would get it, and I didn't. So I got to get the bell, so I got the bell, and then I see Post-its. I'm like, ooh. My therapist said I should start Post-its, and that's how I'm going to change my life. I picked
Yeah.
up this pad. It's about this big. Okay?
Yep.
$4.99. They wanted $4.99 for this
No.
Before tax.
before tax. It
No.
was wrapped.
Make your own paper. I don't.
I
Yeah.
said
And dye it and cut it.
And dye it and cut
it
it.
was like pretty. You know, it was nice. It was like it wasn't yellow. It wasn't like the standard. But I didn't even
Yeah,
pick up the other
still.
ones. I was like, I'm not fuck this whole situation. So then I have to go $4.99. So then I have to go to
write it on the wall and then paint it
$3.69. One
over.
pack was
Paint's probably
$3.69.
cheaper.
The other pack was. I remember now. But my point of the story is, that's why I'm scattered. Okay, people, because I want to buy Post-its. I can't. And don't tell me to go to Stop and Shop because their stickies don't work. It's generic stick.
Right. That's what the adhesive. Post-it owns the adhesive.
I still tape over the sticky note for it to stay down. Because if it was to pop off the wall and I like lost it, that would be game over. So I tape them down on top of that.
Got
Go
it.
back to the
No, I've had lots of compliments, and they're all about
Yeah.
around the same exact compliment. And it's all from people who are either spiritual or shamans or someone or a psychic or strangers that are psychics that walk up to me. But they all say the same thing where they say, do you know who you are? And they're like, you have it. And they're talking about like stardom or like comedy. They're always
okay.
So like I've heard that my whole life. Like, and every time someone says it never gets old because it's the nicest thing that somebody could say to a person who is a performer. It's like I've always been a performer, and I hear all my life like, you have it. Whatever it is, you have it.
Plus, if you've heard it your whole life, that means like you're not losing the quality.
I love it.
As you know, like you're not suppressing it at all either.
Oh, good point.
And then my
Yeah.
therapist gave
That's
me
a
a
great
compliment
one.
the other day that was things happen for you. Like, you make things happen for yourself.
Right.
And I liked that.
That's a
I
good
liked
one.
it.
That is a good one.
She's like, the pattern
That's
in
a
your
good
life
reassuring
is
one.
you fucking got a
You
hole
go out, you
and
do
you got a
it.
leak, you're gonna go fucking fix it.
Yeah.
Like, I hoed my whole backyard today in my bra.
She
Hoed the
was-
whole
she was just-
backyard.
Just
the
hoeing
whole-
around the town.
I put the edging
Hoeing
in.
around.
Put the edging in. The
I don't even know what
the-
that is. Or like around the whatever
like,
you're hoeing.
stone or plastic or some little bump.
Oh,
So
okay,
it's like,
yeah,
this
yeah,
is where
yeah.
the mulch
Oh, yeah.
goes. That part.
Right.
And then
The border.
the garden bed
The
stuff and the weed killer.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'm going to remove a tree tomorrow with an axe I found next to my washer. I have to remove a tree tomorrow.
Okay.
This bloody axe in the
I found an
basement.
axe.
What are you?
I'm going to use it tomorrow.
Like, is this rust or is this blood in here? Anyway,
I don't know. I'm
gotta
going to
go
take
cut
this tree out. I can't wait. I should film it. I should film it, and it should be Lynn trying
Yeah.
to take out the
Just-
tree out of the backyard of the house.
The patio.
The patio. She
Right.
wants to
Yeah.
build a
Right.
patio
Just-
there, and the trees. You guys, where's a Post-it?
Right.
Right.
Write it
Write
down.
it down.
Write it
No,
down.
I'm going to write it down. So Lynn needs to remove
They
the
have to
tree
expand the
to
patio.
expand the patio
Yeah.
because business is booming. And she's going to be,
Business
is
it's
booming.
raining tomorrow. It's raining tomorrow. It's perfect.
Yes. Yes.
Although, wait, how many?
It's gonna
Don't
be
you
muddy.
edit it? Make sure when you edit it together, you take out a clip of you actually using the axe because TikTok might. Not
I didn't even
So
think of
just-
it. I can't even use that. I
Just
can't do
have
any of
a-
this. She's going to have to just use her hands.
She'll use her hands.
You can't.
I mean, maybe you could show a clip of it, but maybe not like a swinging motion. I don't know.
Yeah.
You got to play the game of like what's
No,
allowed.
thank you
What's
for
allowed,
saying that,
right.
Christine. That would have
Yeah.
went right down the toilet. All that hard work would have gone. And we had all that conversation. This is
Right.
what happens to me. I know that they don't like Deb. Every time I post a Deb video, they take it down.
Really?
They've taken down 3 of my Deb videos. You know what I did? Chopped her out.
Did you-
Gone.
I even
She's
chopped out the
gone.
one where I emailed Megan Trainor. Megan Trainor and I
You
are
really
mutual.
did email her? Oh,
Yeah,
really?
she grew up where I'm from. And so
Oh,
during the
okay, okay,
pandemic, I had 3,000 followers, and she started following me. I had like 3,000, 14,000 followers. It was
That's
between
amazing.
3,000 and
that.
13,000. I can't remember if the one was there or not to tell the story. Maybe she'll know because she was pregnant
Right.
and like on her phone and like
Mm.
during COVID, like the
Got
first
it.
lockdown, she started following me. And I was
Isn't that
like
crazy?
just doing
Wow.
stuff about comedy, about restaurants, like barely just started. And so I
Yeah.
emailed her like, "Hey, do you want to like my video?" She didn't ever write back, but you know, now the video's gone. So when she reads the email, she's gonna be like, "Fucking loser, deleted the fucking video. It's not even here."
It's not even
helping
here.
her.
She's like deleted it because I didn't like it.
Right.
I was like,
I
no, that's
hate
not.
her.
Well,
She's
that's
so
Actually,
nice.
no.
There's no way. She probably just maybe doesn't even do her TikTok account
Look at her. Right.
since
Right.
COVID.
I don't know. It's so funny when celebrities are bad at TikTok. I'm like, you're
I
being
hate it.
exposed
I
right
don't
know.
like when celebrities
I
are on
know.
TikTok.
I don't either.
I mean, some of them are funny and they get the culture and it's like it's they're not trying they don't have like an ulterior motive or whatever. But some of them I'm just like, this is not helping you be a
No.
person. This isn't helping you. I'm like, this is not good.
I don't think
Not
I like.
good at
I don't
all.
think I
Right.
like celebrities, and I don't think
There
I
are
like.
a few.
No, but I don't think I like the idea of it.
Yeah.
like it's not their.
No, I just think it's because we don't have like royalty.
Right. And also I'm like, you could tell how heavily they need to edit them
Yes.
in movies or shows when I'm like, oh, this is you with your own phone with no one being like, that's not the best take.
Right.
I was like, oh yeah, yeah, we could tell how many takes you're probably
How
doing on set.
untalented you actually are.
Right. right.
I just think that it's like there's more to life. And that's why I think that comedians have such a good job. I mean, the scrutiny in the beginning of like trying to be on the map, which I have a whole other issue. We could talk about that, but about a female comic, it's impossible.
Ooh.
No, just like for us.
Yeah.
You're an
okay.
anomaly.
I was like, you got beef?
I mean, like TikTok opened the door for female comics. Like the
Yeah.
self-proclaimed female comic, the people who should be on stage, but you know, it's really hard for females in comedy. I mean, it's getting better, but it's
Right.
not. Like I
Right.
was telling Nate, he's like, I don't understand how you don't have more followers. Like a lot of it probably has to do with the fact that I'm funny and I'm average.
Yeah.
It's
I
like
know, the
because
whole, like,
women
being a
don't want to
woman
support
thing.
each other. It's like still a big thing.
It's a thing.
Right, but if someone ever like comments like, "Well, women aren't funny," and I'm like,
Ugh.
"Well, this," I was like, I'm not even gonna have a conversation with you because that's something else that you're
Yeah.
dealing with.
That's
It's
another
like,
problem.
But that's a
that-
huge
That's not even
collective
an
thought.
argument.
Like that's not just like one.
Oh
that's
yeah,
a
I
real
know.
thing. People don't think we're funny.
Right, but I
Have
just
you seen I Love
know,
Lucy?
and that's I love.
You ever
that
seen?
show.
She was the first woman
So
to ever
good.
be in a pants on TV. First
Right,
woman to ever
right.
be pregnant on TV.
Owned the,
She's fucking
owned
hilarious.
the
She
production
owned the
studio.
production studio.
Right.
She
Yeah.
can't make up her mind.
Didn't they
Married,
have, like,
divorced,
didn't
married,
they-
divorced. She's a hot tick.
Didn't they break the like before that? You like never saw couples in the same
Yes,
bed.
they put the bed
Was that
together.
another
They put the
thing?
bed together. That one too.
Yeah.
There's so many more.
Right.
I'm sure.
I love. There's not a lot of female comedians that I like, which I always find a problem with myself. And I'm like, why don't I connect to female comedians more? But I think it's because my comedy is never really about beauty or about my body. Like that's just not how I grew up. It's not how my brain works with comedy wise. So I try and find a lot more. I try and actively find more female comedians that I like, or female podcasters that I like who are comedians, because a lot of the podcasts I listen to are like stand-up comedians based.
Yeah.
But
Me too.
But like I love Lucy's physicality.
Yeah,
Is
that's
like
what I'm all about.
It's just something else. I love her physicality and how she just would go for it. So
every